Management 80, test 3A. On one of my marketing charts there, you know, the thing with the arrows, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? The key issue of that chart is you're trying to create utility for your customers. Several years ago in class, we were working on patenting a product that one of my students brought in, and he said, geez, I need to hire an attorney. I simply went and bought him a book at Nolo Press, handed him the book. The other thing, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that chart, it's an ongoing process. We're just continually dealing with that. The 4 P's, product, place, price, promotion, and marketing. You need to know the basic P&L statement where we have revenue, cost of goods sold, gross margin, SG&A, which stands for sales, general, and administration, and net income and/or profit or loss. We need to know the definition of the SWOT analysis. What do those SWOT stand for? We have the 1, 2, 3, 4 chart that says that it's more important to be in a good market than it is to be a good operator. You can always fix your operation. It's hard to fix a declining market. Number 8 is one of the laws. It's critical to understand your customers' needs. This is important. If you have a better mousetrap, in other words, if you have a better product than somebody else, and the marketplace recognizes that money will find you, investors will come looking for you. Peter Block, who was one of the guys that I studied when I was in graduate school, was one of the people that proposed what we call service over self-interest. You start by servicing your customer base, and that will provide you the necessary financial return. The way most hierarchy organizations operate is they withhold information, so I use information as power. So if I don't tell Jessica something, she then has to come and check with me every 5 minutes. You know, what do I do? What can I do? What can I do? That's not how Jessica and I operate, but that's how in hierarchical operation, and that would be me trying to say, look, I'm the boss, so in order for me to feel important, you have to come to me to get permission, right? But we don't operate that way. We operate as peers. Okay, we were talking earlier about the project we were working on today with one of our clients. I was the interface with the client, and the client was just every week giving me another, how about we do this, how about we do that. I didn't have to pass it off to one of the interns. I said, okay, we mustered all the interns up today, brought the client in. The client then kept saying what they wanted, and each of the interns, depending on what their area of responsibility, took care of it. I published an article years ago on sales and marketing management about my displeasure for quotas. We don't have quotas, do we, Jessica?
No.
Okay. We have goals, we kind of have direction we want to go, but we don't say you have to have X done, this many done, this time, because Jessica doesn't control the environment. You know, some semesters we have so many students, the next semester we have more students, the next semester we have less students, right? So if I were to say you have a quota that you have to get 30 students done, well, guess what? If I have 50 students, she can screw up 20 of them and she still met the objective. Not that Jessica was screwing anything up. This is an important question, 16. The way we measure things in an academic setting is not relevant to how we measure things in the business setting. Isn't that right, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. The way I measure her is based on the output of the work she produces. There's no grade. It's pass, fail. It either gets done correctly or it doesn't get done correctly. And that performance standards, those business performance standards, are crucial for Jessica's future, because as she goes to interview with other businesses and are going to say, well, Jay, what have you done? What have you done? Well, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. Here's how it's measured. Here's okay. Whereas you say, well, I'm on the dean's list. Well, the business community doesn't work with the dean's list. They don't know the dean. And you could be a straight A student but not be able to do anything, not be able to use that. That's another good one. So remember I was telling you before, it's just there's saying it goes around, you need money to make money. I hate that saying. The bottom line is, if you have a better product, if you have a better mousetrap, you will get financing, right? And we've built several businesses what we call cash flow positive. A good example is Amazon, right? They don't ship you the product until you pay them. And so that causes a positive cash flow. Here's another important thing. Jessica, how much time do I spend recruiting college students?
A lot of time.
Right. Why don't I just sit here and wait for them to show up?
Because they don't show up.
Exactly. And so I don't wait for them to find me, I go look for them. Because if I want the best students, I have to go find them. Now, we developed a program here we call Intern Plus that we haven't really started promoting yet, but it's a pretty good product, isn't it, Jessica?
Yes.
Jessica's a member of Intern Plus, right? But we haven't really kind of shared that with the general population. There's 75,000 students, just college students in Long Beach. Excuse me, 65,000, not 75,000, right? And those students don't know about our program. And eventually we're going to need to get the word out, because the more students we have, the bigger the program becomes, the more successful it becomes. That'll do her for test number 3.